Morning! Expediting with Lucy here in Montgomery, Texas at American Muscle Classic Car and Auto Restoration. This is where Lucy was born. This shop is on a road that you'll never find in a million years in Montgomery, Texas. We bought the van in the Ford dealer in Center, Texas, and we brought it here to do all the mods. I would just like to show you the shop here. Understand some of the services they offer. The owner, his name is Eric. He restores classic cars and he builds show cars. This part is actually kept separate, mostly for fire trucks, but they call them brush trucks. And that is what a brush truck is, a mini fire truck. But this is one of the vehicles he built. I think it's a 67 Ford Bronco. Came in here worn out. They put a new engine, made a front end, put some lights on it. Little fabrication and stuff. It had the original transmission, which apparently had some issues. That's why it's back in here. But put some waterproof speakers in, the swing outs. But this is one of the vehicles he created and fabricated. I'm going to walk you over here to the main building. Yeah, they literally buy these trucks with just the chassis, and then they build the boxes, put the chicken lights on it, and make a mini fire truck. Walking over here into the main building. This hideous vehicle is a 69 Camaro brought in for some touch-up. And we have a Chevelle up here on the lift. Not sure what they're doing to this one, but this is the type of cars they bring in here. Kind of pretty. SS396. Moving around. 65 Falcon. This is the common condition that vehicles come in here, just worn out, and they need everything from top to bottom with a new engine. That's kind of the thing. There's restoration to original, and then there's Pro Touring. Pro Touring is a newer engine, new transmission, coil-over suspension, disc brakes. Just you modernize the car so it rides unlike cars did 50 years ago. That is a CUDA being put together. That's going to be a showstopper. 77 Corvette, just the body, waiting on the frame to come back. Somebody else is doing some kind of work on that. This is one of the body jobs he did. Which I really like the quality of the paint. I mean, look at the reflection. That's what show paint looks like. That is a 72 El Camino guy brought in a while back, and I don't know what they're waiting on for this one. And right there is Eric, the proprietor, working on a Hellcat that got damaged in the garage. Interesting thing, it has a 707 horsepower engine. This is the CUDA, as I showed you earlier, and that is the last production Hellcat engine off the assembly line. That is 807 horsepower, brand new from the factory, the final engine made, period. They stopped producing the Hellcats. There's that ugly 69 again. Back out. There's Lucy. Lucy's coming in here to get some work done. But you remember the Bronco out front? This is kind of the condition that vehicle came in. Looked very much like this. Multiple colors of paint. This one will look factory new and gorgeous. But we're doing some minor maintenance to Lucy here this morning. The thing about show paint that I didn't understand is when you go to get your car painted, they put primer on it, they put paint on it, and they send you down the road. What Uncle Eric does is he primes it, wet sands it, paints it, triple coats, wet sands the paint, and then polishes the paint. And this has actually got dust over it, but again, look at the final result. I mean, you don't see paint like this on vehicles just driving down the road. But this is the shop. It's Montgomery, Texas, American Muscle Auto Restoration. If you want your car built perfect, if you want your car restored to exacting standards, this is where you come. And one of the biggest mistakes I've ever seen anybody make that comes in here with a car that has been restored somewhere else, it looks okay, it looks pretty good, and it has like minor damage on it, and they'll say, come in and fix this one part, and he fixes it, and they get the car back, and all of a sudden the car looks like garbage except for that one spot, and then they just drop their head and go, okay, do the whole car. It's real common. So if you're looking for some professional work to be done, just remember, this is where everybody sends their cars after somebody else, quote, restored them, and he gets to fix it. So save your time and your energy. Try coming to American Muscle Auto Restoration in Montgomery, Texas. Phone number's back there on the sign at the front. All right, this is Expediting with Luci. I'm out.